Should I stick with the binge? I don't know. Either way it goes, I think is it working live? Let's see. Let's make sure your mic is still working.
A, B, C, D.
Yeah, we should be live. All right. Okay. Hey. All right, guys. Welcome back to T3 Media's. This is what I'm calling it it's formerly known as the binge review, but that's only when I binge a whole season. Then we do recaps. We do reviews of typical episodes. But I'm thinking about changing the name of TV reviews to the breakdown. So we're gonna break down. Welcome to the breakdown of House of Dragons season 1 episode 9. What was this episode called? I'm sorry. I mean being rude. And joining us today is our navigator back again. It is Nixon, the navigator. How are you, Nixon?
I'm doing well. Last night or Sunday's episode was quite the episode. I mean, even the opening credits changed to fit the episode. I don't even know if y'all caught that.
I did not. What? Refresh my memory on that one.
So, when they showed Viserys's sigil, his crown, even that fills up with the redness. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
Oh yeah, I skipped it. The blood. Oh yeah. When
it indicates his death, and then instead of following the bloodline from him to Rhaenyra like it used to, then we now switch to him to Alicent and his descendants, and then we see 4 bloodlines coming from them, and then that's when they show the 3 sigils of Aemond, Aegon, and Helena. They do show a 4th descendant, which is Darren, but he's off with the Greens. We haven't met him yet, but we're probably going to meet him in the 2nd season. But yeah, like even the opening credits have changed. That's how pivotal this episode is.
Pretty pivotal. Okay, cool. Yeah, I skipped it. I guess I shouldn't have. And that's probably why I missed it. But I'm glad you caught it. That's why you're the navigator, man.
Yeah, I always watch it, and then I was like, I did the Leo DiCaprio, ooh, it's different.
Well, there you go. See, oh, let me see if I'm getting any feedback. No, I think the stream is still good. It still says we're excellently connected. You know what? And I think the difference just for future reference, I think whenever if I'm streaming with Discord in the middle of the day, well, obviously the internet, if you guys don't know, internet goes slower in the middle of the day because your internet provider does that on purpose. But we did experience just a little bit of a hiccup, so I don't know if that was just like a minor hiccup when you did that crazy scream, but it seems like does it seem choppy now?
It goes like with a little bit of a lag, but then it comes back.
That's weird. So we're gonna keep monitoring that. But guys, let's get right into it. Let's talk a little bit about the House of Dragon. Let me, if I have to, I will. I don't think I need to disconnect anything. Everything says it's still good because during the day, we can't get this Discord working right. But let's do it now. But it's nighttime. Internet should be going a little bit faster. I know you can't see me, but I think that's part of the reason why the stream drags when I have both of our images up for you to see me. So I'm gonna, but you can see yourself through the stream through YouTube. So we just keep an eye on that and make sure everything's all good. Now that we got the introduction out the way, let's get into the opening of this episode. Like right off the bat, you sent me some these pictures, and I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna go through them as best as I can. Starting off with the king's death, just like you said. What did you think about how fast everything started to go into place? That conversation that the council had with those schemers and scheming to get the crown.
I mean, at least Alicent grieved for him. Everybody was already ready to put Aegon on the throne. Like, even Alicent was like, hold up, y'all have been conniving without me?
Right. Exactly. Like you didn't even ask if I was down.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have to sneeze. But YouTube is not receiving.
Granted, it's the wrong Aegon that's ascending the throne. Like,
Yeah, so the conversation that the king had was with Rhaenyra, and they were talking about his grandson, Aegon. What is up with these idiots naming these kids the same damn name? I guess that's obviously for the plot to create this stupid confusion, right? Get the
yeah,
story moving forward.
that. But I mean, we all know that the prince who was promised is Jon Snow,
Right,
the
we
one
know that.
and the Song of Ice and Fire, and
So
we all know that Viserys isn't a dream watcher. Like, his dreams don't come true. Like, he's not a Helena
right.
Targaryen, and so
So the whole thing was totally misinterpreted by Alicent because she's still in the mentality of just wanting her children to survive. So they set their scheme in motion. They immediately call back all the people who swore their allegiance to the heir, Rhaenyra, who was made the heir, to get them to the surviving ones, to get them to recast their vote, so to speak, and swear their new allegiance to Aegon.
yeah,
And
all the people who later bend the knee, except for Housefell, which much love for Housefell. All the people who later bend the knee for Aegon, those are literally the only houses that bend the knee for him. It's like about 25 houses, whereas Rhaenyra still has 58 houses, according to Wiki, for her. So that's way more allegiance for Rhaenyra.
So all the houses who bend the knee who was present the first time weren't all there. And I assumed that because it was very rushed. It didn't seem like that many people in place.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but before that, they had the little council. Let me see if I can fix something real quick. I might have to. Yeah, it might be going through the same problem. Does it seem to be kind of choppy again?
When the Lord Commander, they try to send him off to go unalive Rey, and like he rips off his white cloak and he's like, "I won't. I only serve the king, and the king is no longer alive, so I have no purpose here."
This gentleman, yeah, right here, yeah, when he ripped off the white cape, yeah, that was a moment. I thought he was dead. I thought they were going to kill him like right there on the spot.
Yeah,
especially when he drew his sword on Chris on yeah. I thought that was going to be it for him.
But yeah, how many people is Sir Criston going to be able to just murder or unalive like right then and there with no consequence? Like, we're just going to let him do that?
The better question is, why does it seem like it's okay for Christian to have such favoritism to the queen without anybody questioning it? I'm not saying that they've crossed any physical lines, but you would think just like everybody was behind Rhaenyra's back calling her a whore and calling her unfaithful and untraditional, that they would have done the same thing. Like by now, like, why are you always hanging around the queen like that? You used to be the princess's guy. Now all of a sudden you're sucking up to the queen all the damn. What's going on, dude? Like, nobody's questioning this.
Yeah, Sir Harwin got banished simply for hitting Criston Cole, whereas Criston Cole can kill
a councilman,
somebody,
a member of the council, yeah.
A member of the council, right? Like, what?
A dude that everybody was like through the whole season was like senile and like didn't have all this shit together. But the second the treachery started, he immediately snapped into it. This is treason. This is the dude stepped up. I was like, wow, where? What do they say to us to us libs? Well, Sleepy Joe Biden got out of the basement, right? He woke up. And now it's dark, and he turned into Dark Biden. And dark, what do they call it? Dark Brandon. He straight up turned into Dark Brandon and woke up on their ass, and he got murdered for it. It was crazy.
Yeah. Oh man.
But it was. Let me see if I can find him here in the picture. If I can, there he is in the background there. I think that that moment, it kind of let me know right there off the bat that the whole episode was going to be wild. It was going to go back and forth as far as this power struggle. There's going to be a bunch of people who were like, um, no, I'm 100% for the queen and for Aegon becoming the king. Or people who deep in their heart, they're like, no, I'm not going to call the queen a liar, but logic dictates that it wasn't made public. It wasn't declared publicly. There's no one who can really prove this. Where Rhaenyra will still have a legitimate argument. The king announced it when he was alive multiple times. You're just not going to convince a lot of people that on his deathbed he just totally threw his daughter under the bus. It's just a hard thing to prove. But Alicent is running on auto mom pilot, just trying to protect her kids. It's basically what she's just doing, and I don't fault her for that. But she's running on fumes on this hope against hope. There's not that she just wanted to believe it because what he was saying was for their child, because she needs it, because she feels like without it that she's doomed. And I for that I can't fault her on that. What do you think?
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm with you. Right.
Yeah, even Aegon himself didn't believe it. He was like, he had 20 years to change his mind, and he didn't.
Yeah. And that whole conversation, that whole conversation with the council was so tense. It was. I don't know why I thought at any moment it could all have ended right there. I thought maybe the whole room was about to get slaughtered, or the majority of the council was about to get slaughtered. But it only ended with one death. All those unnecessary deaths. But then it moved forward. So let's move on to what happened. Let's go forward into the story. What happened after that?
Next we see Helena and Aegon's twins. And then we see Helena, I believe. That's what I have in my notes. Mm-hmm. And then Alicent goes to talk to Helena. And it's not directly mentioned, but Helena and Aegon are married. So we see their children, the twins, Jaehaera and Jaehaerys. So that's why in the last
you mean married? Yeah, married to his own sister, right? And
yeah,
and they show they have kids. Yeah, I think they showed that. I'm trying to find the pictures of all that, if I can pull it up. Come on, yeah. So
that's why in the last episode she mentions like, oh, Mary, it's not so bad. He's nice until he's drunk.
Right.
Yeah.
But the conversation with I forgot her name, the badass, the princess that the conversation when they locked her in the room. What did you think about that moment?
Rhaenys, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I was really scared because I love her so much. I thought they were gonna assassinate her somehow, because she definitely was gonna go warn Rhae. And so I was super scared they were going to pull a Sir Harwin on her and do something. But then when I saw that they locked up her and Lady Tyla, mm-hmm. the supposed Red Woman, there's rumors that could be the Red Woman. When I saw that she was locked up too, I was like, okay, this is attacked.
I mean, it was one of the things that I felt like it was Alicent's mistake that she made by trying to you can't form a coup like this without bloodshed. She was trying to execute this quick, coup, or I mean, in her mind, she didn't see it as a coup. She thought she was doing it right, but she knew that it could easily be challenged, so she had to do it sneakily. She was trying to sneak the crown without as little bloodshed as possible, which that's not how this works. She was trying to be nice. She was trying to be nice to I forgot her name again. Right? What's her name again? The princess
Rhaenys.
Rhaenys. Trying to be nice to Rhaenys, ordering that when her son becomes the king, you're going to be counseled to kill Rhaenyra. You know, to fight against these demons. And to her credit, that was great that she felt that way, but it was only going to open the door. What's the book of Sun Tzu say? Do it to your enemies before they do it to you. You don't. That's not how you wage a war. That's not how you execute a coup. You can't be nice about stuff like this. If you're gonna do this, it has to be brutal. That's the only way it's gonna work.
Cersei Lannister said it best. Mm-hmm. There's two ways to play the Game of Thrones. You either win or you die. And so, and Alicent doesn't think it's a game to be played. But honey, you are in it. You have to play.
Yeah.
Like, you have to play the game. And so the thing with her, the dynamic between her and Rhaenys is they're showing mercy to each other because I have it right here. Where is it? It's an act of compassion from one mother to another.
Yeah. Yeah, and that happened again towards the end. We'll get that soon. So
yeah, we'll get there. That's why that's in my notes.
When Aegon goes missing, and they have to hurry up and find him because he is the key piece of the puzzle. His brother has that moment with Christian that he doesn't deserve it. I am more trained. I have the biggest damn dragon. I want it, and they had that. It was great how they had that moment on the
together.
Streets. They had that moment about something about being overlooked. Like he understands how it feels to be overlooked. You want to talk about that for a second?
Yeah, him and Kristen Cole. Like Kristen Cole tells him like I too know how it feels to be overlooked, but also him and Aegon had a moment, and Aegon tells him like, if you didn't find me, the throne could have been yours. But then again, if the throne was Aegon's and Aegon has children, it wouldn't have been Aemond's because that's not how it works.
Right. But yeah, exactly. If it would have gone to Aegon's kids, that's how it goes. The throne can't be his unless somebody names in the heir.
Exactly.
And if no one is named, then it falls to the son. But
yeah, that was the successor.
So when they go out into the streets to go find him before they find Aegon, they had that moment where they had that little meeting and they said, well, there is some places that your brother frequents, and on top of that was another crazy moment with Aegon. On top of the being a guy who likes to go into the window and spread his window dressing, and then what he does to the help. We also find out there's another dirty little secret of Aegon's that he has little snows all over the damn city. His little kids are all over the place. And little bastards out there.
He actually has a name. Little Gaiman Palehair is his name.
Damn.
And he's 4.
And they said he's not the only one, right? There's a bunch of them out there.
He's not the only one, but he is the only one who becomes a person of the Silk City. He becomes a person of the keep, and he actually becomes some sort of royalty. So Gaiman Palehair.
Is somebody to pay attention to, possibly?
Yeah, he's someone to pay attention to.
That look of determination and disdain that was on the brother's face when the search was going on for I got the picture up when they go to one of the whorehouses and he says, what did he say? He says, yeah, my brother brought me out here. And in so many words, he said, it's time for you to grow up and it's time for you to get it wet, was what he said. And I was like, why are we hearing this story? That's messed up that your brother did that to you. And then it's
because of what Sir Kristen Cole says. He's like, every woman is is an image of the mother and should be treated as so. And then that's when I yelled at my TV. I'm like, oh, is that why you called Rhaenyra a cunt?
Yeah. And then that moment when they got the information for where Aegon could probably be, right when they were talking about him losing his virginity in one of those houses, those whorehouses, and I'm assuming this is the woman that he lost his virginity to, because it was her, the way she looked at him, and she was like, "Oh my, how you've grown,
how you've grown," and he's like,
you just did, and even though even though he did it and all that stuff, he was young and stuff. You can tell how focused and how disciplined he is, because he knows that he did it just probably because he was following his brother's lead, back then. But as a man, he was like, I'm not about that. I'm about being focused. I'm about eventually being a person who could possibly, sit on that throne one day, by hook or by crook. He's determined. But I'll give it to him. I'll give him this. Just like Dragon and his brother the king, how their relationship was very rocky and whatnot, but they still loved each other and they still were loyal to each other. So it was weird at the end how not in the end, but how in the middle of this search, he sought his brother out and to put him on the throne, even though his brother spat in his face and said he doesn't want it. That was crazy.
How about the fact that he spat in his one good eye?
I hope I infected. Poo. And he finally, they drag his ass. Here was another real good part of. Let me see if I can find the image. Here was another real good moment when that search began, when they found Aegon, when the twins found Aegon. And from what I could tell, maybe I'm wrong. One twin,
the Eric twins.
One twin was for them, and the other one was against it, right? I think they were at odds with each other, weren't they?
Yeah. I think somebody needs to get George R.R. Martin a name book, because both twins were named Eric.
Yeah, I don't like the way these characters are being named. I mean, I understand the Aegon thing to create confusion, but these names are starting to get ridiculous. But
Eric with an E and Eric with an A.
Not creative at all. Not creative at all. But the moment when the queen and the princess had that private conversation again, where she tried to have that similar conversation that she had with Rhaenyra. You're still doing the bidding of men. Your father, the king, your sons, you're working for them. Have you never thought that you could be sitting? When that conversation was happening, I remember I sat about, ooh, is she sparking a flame within the queen's brain? Because we do get future women to sit on this throne, the Lannisters and whatnot. So I was like, is this it? Is this going to be the first one? Is she going to be the first woman to do it?
I was hoping too, but there was no fire in her eyes after the conversation.
She's 100% focused on fulfilling her father's dream of putting her son on the throne.
Yeah.
And that when they finally grabbed them and they had that conversation, and I think you talked about it a little bit when what was it that he asked his mother in the carriage, like after they had that conversation about how if dad had 20 years to make me his heir, he never did. He doesn't like me. And then he asked his mother,
he's like, do you love me?
Do you love me? And she's like, you fucking moron. Like, you
imbecile.
Yeah, imbecile. That was the funniest part of the episode.
That really was.
Like, I'm committing I'm executing January 6th for you right now, and you're questioning whether or not I care for you. What do you think? It was a very dumbass question for him to ask in the moment, but it proved that he was unworthy.
Not storming the Capitol.
Yeah. But
that was beautiful. That was hilarious.
But it's true. I mean, that's how you this is how you successfully get it go. I mean, like, you have to lock it up. But I mean, but even though it was still making plenty of mistakes. But when they got Go ahead.
Even though his coronation little ceremony was totally Black Parade, My Chemical Romance.
Mm-hmm.
It was like,
Helena?
well, it was like the longest intro to a My Chemical Romance video that I've ever seen in my life. It was, well, it made me mad as a fan because to see him carrying Blackfire and Cat's Cross, the little Viserys sword.
Yeah.
So when Aegon the Conqueror's crown was finally placed upon him, I was like, doesn't have enough rubies, doesn't count. Still not the same. It had 1 ruby. I was like, you know what? No, not the same.
Unworthy. But I gotta say this. When he went kicking and screaming, that long walk, he hated every second of it. They put the crown on his head. He still hated it. The second he turned around, faced the people, and saw all the cheering, I know what that look on his face was.
Yeah, the mommy and daddy issues fell by the wayside, and he finally got that reassurance that he's been looking for his entire life, all that validation.
Yeah.
And just...
Yeah, more than that. Oh, I'm gonna go even more perverted than that. Here we go. You're right, 100%. But this is exactly what I'm sure he was thinking.
Dragon Daddy.
No, yeah, right. If you, he's probably like, oh my God. If you guys thought that I was a spoiled little prick who liked to, whack it off of window ledges, assault the maids, and impregnate all the hookers out in the street before, wait till you see me now. I think he realized the power because just like with the president, we were talking about the January 6th, just like with presidencies, a president once said that becoming the king or becoming the president doesn't change you and make you a better man or a worse man. It takes whatever type of a person that you are, man or woman, it takes whatever you are, good or bad, and it enhances it. Whatever you already were bringing to the table, it's going to enhance it tenfold. So that look on his face to me was, oh, well, it's about to get weird.
Well, Tyrion says it best. It's hard to put a leash on a dog once you put a crown on its head.
Yes, Love that.
That's why I'm here.
That is perfect for because he's about to be king unleashed. And when he cheered the crowd, and it was like that Marilyn Monroe moment. Not Marilyn Monroe. Who was that actress who said, "You like me? You really like me?" Like he was loving it. The like you said, admiration, and
like you really. Oh, it's Sally Field.
Sally Field, you really like me, and his brother, the loyal brother, looking out of his good eye, like I can't believe this mother Cloche is over here with the damn crown.
See, but Otto Hightower gave him the announcement, and nobody cheered. And then Sir Kristen was all...
Yeah, he had to hype... Yeah, he had to hype man him... Yeah, he had to hype man him up because everybody knew. It was like, whoa, wait, I thought Rhaenyra was like about to be the king. Yeah.
That moment in Shrek when Lord Farquaad comes out and then the person has to go, applause.
Yeah. Well, what was that other movie? What was that other movie where somebody was making an announcement with some high school that was in college or something like that? She doesn't even go here. Like what? Like
Mean Girls.
Yeah, Mean Girls. Was it Mean Girls? I wanted to say Mean Girls.
You're not even supposed to be king.
Yeah, you're not even supposed. You're not supposed to be wearing that. What are we cheering for? So the people know. So the whispers are going to be going around, but then the incredible happens. See, when
the beast beneath the boards.
When they took her away and it looked like I thought they were about to kill her there when they were dragging her through the streets. The tension that to help me out again with the name again. I'm always forgetting her name.
Rhaenyra.
Right. Say it again.
It's like Rhaenyra.
I always want to say Rhaenyra, but it's what?
It's like Rhaenyra and Daenerys combined.
Rhaenyra?
Rhaenys.
Oh, okay. Rhaenys. Okay. Rhaenys. When they had her going parading through the street, and the first thing she said, well, you got a dragon. Why don't you go down and go get it? And she was like, that's the first place they're going to be guarding the most.
You do not. You do not hold a ceremony like that in a dragon pit. I mean, whoever was the party planner messed up.
Obviously it was happening too quick, and I didn't realize that's where they were, but she did. She knew exactly. And then she had the moment when I noticed that everybody was there in that one room, and then the camera panned back to her, to Rhaenys, and she looked around for a second. I said, "Oh shit, this is it. This is you can sink away," and then she did it, and she did it right there in the moment, and she knew exactly where to go. She knew she thought exactly what I was thinking. Everybody's here, and the new king is here, so that means most of the guards have to be here to protect the king because there's too many people here. So more reinforcements would have to be here to protect the royal family. So there's a chance that my dragon might not be being watched. So
genius.
It was perfect. So when she went down there, what did you think?
Oh my god. When she went down there, honestly, I was like, okay, she's safe. Good. She's on top of the game plan. Beautiful. And then the ceremony proceeds. Out of nowhere, just explosion. I was like, what?
That was a shock.
When she's in front of the greens, I was standing in front of my TV like, Dracarys!
It should have happened now. And then when I watched the recap of it, that the showrunners were like, just like what we said in the beginning of this recap, she gave her the respect mother to mother, and she did. That's why she didn't. Now, okay, that I understand, but as a realist, you can't you don't do the honorable thing, because they didn't do the honorable thing. There were plenty of people that they just killed to make all this stuff. Even this in this short window of time, people had to have died to do what they did. So this whole I'm not going to be the one to kill you. Let's let the gods or the fates decide. Let's give you a fair chance. Now I'm gonna go warn Rhaenyra and Daemon and give them a fair shot. And now and we're gonna. You're pretty much making the decision that we're going to war. Obviously, it was gonna go to war no matter what. But they would have had the super advantage and the element of surprise. So it was likely the Greens would have won because they would have had the element of surprise. She could have ended the war, because now no matter what, even though she showed them mercy and did not kill them, if the Greens win, Rhaenys has got to go. She's gonna die. They're gonna kill her if they win. She's got to go just for that that disruption alone. So in my mind, because of that, I would have lit their asses on fire. That's me.
See, but the thing is that Helena would have had to die, and that was my only problem with that. I love her.
Yeah.
I need her predictions. I need to know spoilers.
That's fine, but reality means the king might kill her anyway, just because it's a Thursday. He's a weirdo. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That would have been the one way, because the only way Reyes could have a good life with this being over is if Daemon and Rhaenyra wins, and then and guarantees her a spot maybe on the council or something like that. But if they lose, she's gonna die. I think taking them out right there with that one shot, she would have secured the safety of her granddaughters. She would have secured her a possible future position. She would have delivered not only would she have delivered a message, but the message would have been equally, they did a coup. They tried to overthrow your claim to the throne. They tried to do it sneakily, underhandedly, behind your back. I shut it down. I killed them. You're now the queen. Where's my reward? It would have been all right there. It was all in the palm of her hands.
Yeah.
That mercy shit is gonna get you killed. Sorry. That's how I feel about it. Well, okay, I'm sorry, I monologued too long on that. I know, but you don't want that one character to to be killed, and you want Daemon versus Aegon. I know that's what we really want.
I mean, next week, the loss that we're gonna suffer, in my research, I spoiled a lot. So,
well, if it's anything like Game of Thrones, like we had those surprise deaths of the season finale of season 1 of Game of Thrones, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of surprise kills. Some of our key players are gonna go.
Yeah, and if anybody's watching this and knows the lore the way I do, we still have Blood and Cheese coming up, and
whatever the hell that means.
Yeah, don't look it up. It's worse than the Red Wedding. It's bad. We have that in House of the Dragon. Like, it's horrible. So yeah. Well,
I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. This you know how it's going to turn out. Go ahead.
I have a Helena prophecy.
Okay.
It is our fate, I think, to crave what is given to another. If one possesses the thing, the other will take it away. I know what that means, and I'm not very happy about it.
Well, that's a mystery for me. So I don't know anything what you're talking about, but it sounds cool.
It sounds very cool, but it's extremely sad.
It sounds like it sounds like that I'm gonna definitely need that drink that Rhaenyra was touting.
A prosecco. Oh, we didn't talk.
Yeah, we're about to break into that now. So that was our little conversation for the latest episode of Game of Thrones, the best episode of the season so far. But before we go, so guys, I was going to go out and do some searching for a bartender out there because we have a viral conversation, the interview between Rhaenyra and Alicent. And she asked her, "What is your drink of choice?" And so now this drink is now gone viral. And I was going to look up bartenders out there to kind of talk about this. And right before the show started, the navigator herself said, yeah, I'm a bartender. Duh, Chris, what the fuck? Let's talk about this. So, can you break this down and let's talk about this damn drink that you say, just give us your opinion about the drink itself. Your professional opinion.
A Negroni.
Oh, yeah.
A Negroni Spagliato with Prosecco in it. Okay, so a Negroni Spagliato is Negroni, dry vermouth, and Prosecco.
How do you spell
this? Or
it's
Campari. Campari. It's Campari, dry vermouth, and Prosecco.
How do you spell that? Dry curry?
Campari, dry vermouth, and Prosecco. So it's like a fancy martini, but like you have to like Campari, and Campari is like an aperitif, so a lot of people don't really care for that. Anywho ways, it's not tasty. It's not sweet. It's straight. Look.
Like, I'm gonna see if I put it on the screen real fast. Is this it? I know it's gonna take 20 seconds, but keep going. And when you see it on the screen, let me know if I got the right picture.
Because a Negroni traditionally has gin instead of Prosecco. A Negroni Spagliato has Prosecco. So even if you just order a Negroni Spagliato, you don't have to say with Prosecco in it because it already comes with Prosecco. And it's a really popular drink in Italy. Anything with Campari is going to be a extremely popular drink in Italy. But yeah. Negroni.
So she was basically so is this it on the screen? I don't know if you can see it now.
Yeah, that looks like it.
So she was basically just telling us how fancy she was, and I like to drink drinks that are hard to pronounce.
Oh, I do too.
So the joke that we were talking about before we started the show was the fact that all bartenders were probably telling the suppliers and everybody's in charge of logistics. Yeah, we're gonna have this week. We're gonna have to order all these damn drinks, and I'm sure all their bosses were like, "Why? What the hell's going on?" It's like, trust me, dude. Trust me. There's about to be a run of a bunch of little dweebs who want to be fancy like Rhaenyra. So we're gonna have to order this damn drink. And are we? Was that true? Is that what happened?
Yeah,
Have you gotten that order yet?
I've literally had like someone try to order it, and then I like will look at her and I'll be like, so you're gay, huh?
Oh, okay. So you're immediately, so it's not good. It's not just I'm a fan of the show. You're immediately gonna go lesbian.
Yeah, because I'll like ask like, oh, do you watch House of the Dragon? And she's like, what? No, you're just gay.
so it's either House of the Dragon or member of the community.
It's like, oh, okay, follow me on TikTok, and also you should like and subscribe my YouTube live.
Yeah. He's like, don't worry, baby, I'll be your navigator. Stop hitting.
No, no, you don't date your clients.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't date the customers. You can't do that. You can't do that.
That's their fantasy. That is my nightmare. I want them to come back and tip me.
Yeah, with money, not with. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there. Not gonna go there. Not gonna do it. But
I'd rather be single. Yeah.
Pacroni. Sagliato. Ooh. No, not me. Me with this mug. I'm all like Jack and Coke.
It's Negroni, Spagliato, with prosecco in it. You gotta just
Negroni.
Tap into your les business.
How about this? Ready? Negroni, Sagliato, with Jack and Coke.
Why does she sound like Kathleen Turner?
I'm like, can I get some Negroni with some Sagliato, sweetie? So that's with the smoker's cough. Yeah, like I should have.
Get a Negroni Spagliato with some prosecco in it, sweetheart.
Yeah.
And a pack of Marlboro 1800s.
Oh God, these bunions are killing me. I can't wait to get home and take off this brassiere.
Oh wait, it's already off.
Oh God, I'm gonna need help with these coins later. No,
right.
I don't need the ice. Just give me the damn drink. I don't care if it's room temperature. This is gonna be hell.
It must have gone extra on the prosecco there.
Yeah, it's gonna be murder on my hemorrhoids, sweetie. I tell you. All right, guys, that's the show. We had to talk a little bit about it. So, guys, let us know what you guys think about Negroni. I mean, House of the Dragon. Hot D. Did you like the latest episode? Are you looking forward to the next episode? I'm having fun with it. This episode was a blast. Literally, right up from under the ground, boom, it brought the house down. I thought it was awesome. This was a very fast pace and very, I don't know, it felt very Christopher Nolan-ish, like this with the Joker saying, these schemers.
Yeah.
I felt like the Joker was about to come out. It's like, what, the king? Oh, I left him with you. I'm just a dog chasing a car. I wouldn't know what to do if I found it. I just do things. But it was a great episode. I loved it. So, guys, let us know what you guys thought about it. Put it in the box below. All your thoughts, your questions, and concerns, anything you want us to talk about. Check us out in the rundown. It's gonna be me, Joy, and we're gonna have Giovanni returning back on the panel to talk about a few things here. So don't forget to check us out on Thursday. I may do a show tomorrow. Let's see. If you're available tomorrow, Navigator, let me know, and we might be able to do that. Let me know if you're available or if you're up to it. But in the meantime, where can we find you online if we want to reach out?
I am Nixon08 on TikTok, or I am Nixon.J BASTIDAS86 on Instagram.
And when you see her at the bar, do not order a sagliato because you're not fancy. Just get your damn Jack and just get your Jack and Coke and get on with it.
Order whatever you like. I am a great bartender.
I want a hurricane.
Oh, I can make one hell of a hurricane.
Yep, and then I'll be stuck at the bar all day, just like telling you war stories. Have I ever told you about the time I went to Thailand? Oh, it was great, sweetie.
Like, why is that your only story? You keep telling me that story.
Oh man, so I know how to order a drink in Thai too. Some